Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is the 190 RT Wildwood FSX shown today in Platinum Series with the fiberglass skin upgrade. As we see it here, it weighs in about 4,500 pounds, and I think that this is a really good example of a very nicely half-ton towable couples camper that just happens to have a ramp on the back that just happens to allow you to be able to load all kinds of different cargo in this thing. But the updates and the improvements that they put into this one, the storage solutions, and the way that they gave this one, it's focused on like living room space first and almost toy hauler second. And that's something that I really like about it. That's not the mindset that's ever really been in the toy hauler industry. And that's really one of the things I will say that I love the most about Wildwood FSX is the way that they think differently. They just see it differently. The Platinum package that we're looking at today, it's very similar to say something like a Cherokee Black Label package, but in the case of Wildwood, it doesn't add a whole bunch of other features. It's just fiberglass as compared to the conventional corrugated skin. Now we tend to carry it here both ways, and I think they both look good. I think it just depends on which sort of look you're going for. Do you mind spending a few extra bucks for the smooth skin that's a little bit easier to clean? Do you want to save a little weight and a little cost of the more conventional variety? Either way is not bad. Another couple cool updates on this one. Now, just like Big Brother Full Wildwood, the FSX series has that enclosed, heated, protected accessibility, which is something they simply lacked before that I think a lot of people are going to like. But look at all the windows on the face of this thing. How cool is that? And here's another really cool thing about this one. I don't think they did it on purpose, but Wildwood, I think, accidentally created a camper that has very good levels of potential handicap accessibility. It's not made for that purpose, but when you see this, between the ramp, between the open bed that you could easily get into and out of, the bathroom's a little tricky because it's still not an extra wide door, but this is one that if maybe you've got some mobility impairments or something like that, this could be a really interesting left to center option for you that could save a ton of money compared to like a custom built handicap accessible RV. By the way, I'm not personally very familiar with the proper verbiage and terminology when it comes to handicap accessibility. If that's incorrect, not intending to offend anybody, I want to be sensitive to that. If there is a better way to phrase that, please leave me a note in the comments so that I can, always present the best information. Short of that, let's get going. This thing is small but mighty. And maybe I'm just crazy, I don't know. But personally, I like the way they did this differently by doing the two benches in one long row here versus so many toy hauler manufacturers. They always put two benches across one another in the back. You know what? We pop those cushions off. You're going to get to see these in sleep remote in a minute. You can still sleep the same number of people in here if you need to. But what it does is it opens up this wall for just this like insane panoramic viewing kind of setup right here. Not to mention, if you got the ramp door open on the back like we do right now, it's just, I mean, massive views. This little thing looks and feels huge. And if you notice, the way the kitchen and the entertainment is set up, it kind of just feels like an interesting sort of couples camper where sort of like a rear living and a rear kitchen kind of got into a fist fight, and they drew a line down the middle of the camper next to that herringbone. Actually, there is a line with that herringbone flooring right there. And the kitchen said, okay, we're going to stay over here. You stay over there. Don't encroach on our territory. But if you need to, since you're towing a shorty, you can expand your living room via that rear ramp when you get to your destination. And even the little nice touches now, like including that skylight above, just to, even more light as if you needed it. Over here, straight across from that bench, if you choose to go entertainment focused and add a TV, that's where it'd be located. And look at what they did here. They expanded the kitchen countertop. Since they didn't have to fight for bench space, they were able to offer that nice little electric space heat and Tootsie toaster right there. Plus, you've got some extra kitchen prep room. Now, the RV includes a little free floating table that we'll get to see in a minute. I think would go really nicely on this bench. And if you noticed in our little quick flyby footage, there is one of those magnet attachable screen rooms that'll actually affix, that's the word I'm looking for, attach itself. I couldn't get the word affix or attach out, and I was stuck somewhere in idiot, jargon limbo. And, you can close this thing right off if need be. I want to give you just a good look around here, but the trick is, with the sun coming in, those windows, they're killing me. You killing me, Smalls! So I figured, hey, what a golden opportunity, also born out of necessity, to show you how well those windows work, those shades, those blackout shades. Again, big time seating space here, carpetless, easy cleaning. I'll get the benches out of the way to show you the loading mode in just a minute. First though, I want to give you a better look at everything over here in the kitchen, including the storage. Now, that is another update here is the FSX series is using a 10.7 cubic foot DC compressor fridge, just like its cousins, X-Lite and Wildwood. FSX is a slightly different but highly closely related division thereof. We're looking at centralized air conditioning in here, and I point that out because not everything in this little kind of crossover ramper camper class has it, and that is a Coleman quieter air conditioner, by the way. A 15,000 BTU upgrade is also available on this thing. Now, a cool thing here, I've talked about these benches. Something you're not seeing if we look down below is there's some really cool storage tote space borrowed again from Wildwood and X-Lite. And there's that little floating table that I told you about that you can pop out if need be. But of course, there's also the sleeping capacity here. Because all you got to do is take that little cushion off the back there and bingo, bango, bongo. You get yourself an easy two-person sleeper, especially if you're sleeping toes to toes. You know, because people tend to curl up on their side to sleep a little bit. I think you could make that work. But you know, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that eventually you probably want to see what kind of loading space is in a, toy hauler. Which leads me to my next topic. There's all kinds of different measurements between all kinds of different cabinets and things that we could possibly provide for you. And I have learned there's no way I can proactively measure all of that and answer everybody's questions. Even when I try to put the measurements on screen, that people still ask, can my specific thing fit? Give our team a call with the dimensions of whatever it is you're attempting to load in here, and we'll skip out here, we'll measure that stuff up, and we will verify for you and take the guesswork right out of it. Now, up front here, you got that big window for the bedroom, and there's actually another set of TV hookups up here, which is kind of interesting. You might maybe, pedestal mount a little TV there and then pull it down for a transit or whatever works for you. See the household and U.S. outlet, U.S.? Yeah, United States outlets. USB outlets behind that door by that stand there. And in case you're curious, that black thing, that is the screen wall, that magnet screen wall that we saw. This over here is a Camp Queen. If you took that stand out at the foot of the bed, I suppose you could make it a true queen. But this is one of those things that made me say, this is a more handicap accessible RV than most. I'm not saying it's not built with that intention. Again, the bathroom door is still a little bit narrow, but for a lot of people, the ramp door offers easy access. And because the bed is so wide open, you have that corner space. If you had, say, like a chair that you spent most of your time in, you could get yourself over to this. You could hop yourself over into that bed and be good to go. That is 60 by 74, by the way. You got some cross breeze windows there. I like that extra storage above. Not to mention, you see you've got the, hanging closet space and some dresser space down this wall over here. That's easy to miss, and it's one of the reasons I like to put video together. Not to mention, I pull this curtain out of the way. Nice little shoe corner right there, I think. There's something else I was going to show you up here besides just a privacy curtain. Oh, let me flip the bed up. Storage below the bed, which is very cool. And you might notice how it actually goes all the way through to the exterior of the camper, but it does have gas struts for easy lift. They wanted to make sure that, because it isn't a full pass-through, you could still get to everything in here if need be. There's also the little Wildwood details, like a factory digital thermostat instead of the old, I don't know, a lot of people say very outdated style. Ooh, you got a little look at my shoulder in the mirror there, a little shoulder action going on. With the skylight, I can stand in the shower. It is a little bit tight for me without it, but look at that full surround. We got and again, the skylight above. Not everybody gives you a skylight in this kind of class and price point. And just an easy step-in shower, so you're not tripping yourself up there. You may have noticed so far that like all of the countertop in this is a sealed edge thermofoil, including that little free-floating table. And look at how fluffy friendly that is with that cutaway wide open next to that foot flush stool. Now, it's not a massive bathroom, but I had enough space in here, I think. And then just the little things. I like how they didn't just glue the mirror, on the face of a cabinet because it would kind of be bulky and in your face. They put it off to the side. It's a little different. It's unconventional, but for me, I don't know. Oops, the door's getting in the way. I think it works better this way. Is it just me? Am I just weird? Am I overthinking this? And I tell you, this one's got a lot of good things going for it. Just in general, like the shorty size floor plan. easy towability. You know, it keeps it shorter, lighter. There's less weight throwing you around. And if you do load something heavy like a Goldwing or Harley or something in the back of that, everything is pretty much right above the axle, which is the best, smoothest place for ride and handling. Again, what we're looking at today is the Platinum series, which gives us the fiberglass skin upgrade. That's really all Platinum is just skin in this case. But what's cool about it is it gives us a lot of the look and really a lot of the benefits of laminated construction without nearly the cost. It's still smooth skin for easier towing via less wind resistance, easier cleaning, you know. Up front here, power tongue jack is something, I'm trying to remember, I think the FSX toy haulers actually lacked last year, and the inclusion of that little battery disconnect is something more and more brands are doing, and personally, I'm all about it. I'm happy to see that. Now, there's an interesting little thing here. You see there's a magnet holdback for that baggage door. This looks like it's going to be a full pass-through, but remember, because the way this bed's arranged, it's not quite. And since this is a toy hauler with no rear bumper to mount the spare tire, that is where it needs to be located. So everything under the bed is storage. You can get to it from inside or outside. Remember, one of the other more recent updates, which is, I think, a big deal feature, is that new, well, I don't know, repurposed heated enclosed accessibility. That is something that the FSX series did not used to have, and I'm happy to see it. Full outside utility shower, black flush, and a cold water sprayer port. And you might be going, why do they have all those things? Well, if you need hot water, you're going to want to use the shower. And if you're just going to use, you know, like just hose off your toys or something like that, clean some fish, the little cold water sprayer port's going to do you just fine. Ramp patio party package back here, brother. Now, it's not always just hanging wide open to the world like it is right now. I just didn't fully open the gate. I thought, you know, I just want to give you a different look at this. I sound like Porky Pig. Oh, anyway, I'm an idiot. You know, I found out, my daughter, I was trying to talk to her about some Looney Tunes stuff the other day. She's 10. She's like, Bugs Bunny who? And I was like, oh, no, you didn't. Apparently, you know, Bugs Bunny, cultural icon since way back when. Not as well known anymore. Backup camera ready, by the way, now that we're done talking about Bugs Bunny. And again, I love all the door side windows on this. Just, it gives that little living room such a big feel, doesn't it? Power awning with LED lighting. You got your speakers outside to crank up some tunes, brother. And that awning is actually an easy tilt. And you see that little simple side mount solar prep plug up here on the nose. This is something that is, I mean, like I said, small but really feature packed. And again, with the better than normal handicap accessibility, I think this one could really work for some folks that really struggle to find something otherwise. So thank you very much for joining us today. Let me know what you think about this one. Good, bad, ugly, otherwise. Would you like it in the more conventional variety? Do you like what you see here in Platinum? Understanding it's a little extra weight, a little extra cost. It's a little extra smexy though, isn't it? As always, anything we can do to improve, any feedback you can provide, I am all ears. Almost quite literally. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Hail It Camping, everyone.